do so much at a high level, a lot of haters come. That's how life is, man. That's life, man. When you do so much, people gonna try to pull and take away and try to take that away from you. But nobody can take away from me. I've been blessed, and I stay prayerful, stay thankful to be able to do what I'm able to do. And nobody can never take that away from me, regardless of what it is, how many stories are written, how many stats are put up, how many numbers are put up. Doesn't matter. I take too much pride, time, effort to be able to go out and compete and play hard every night. My body on the line. Can't take it away from me. I would never let anybody take it away. So how many years you'll ask me every year I tell you the same answers because I truly believe it, and it doesn't change the fact of anything.
Now, Max, what are your biggest problems with what Westbrook had to say?
No, I'm not a hater of Westbrook. He's my favorite player. But I see what I see. You know, I see sometimes one play, oh, my God, it's the best player I've ever seen. Next play, you can't win a championship with Westbrook. I've said that many times about him. But still, he's my favorite player because he goes all out all the time, and I appreciate that naked aggression and dedication to try his best to win. Sometimes he tries too hard, I think. Here's my problem with what he just said. One, he admits he's responding to critics. Why are you responding to critics? He's a principled guy. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, he admits that he hears the criticism and he works on his game. And then he claims that he's being nitpicked, basically. Well, hold on, Russ. Which one is it? If you hear the criticism and you respond, then you must think there's truth to it. Because you're an internally motivated dude. You can't be playing to shut critics up. Who cares about us? You can't be as great as Russell Westbrook just to shut me or Stephen A. Like what? No, you're an internally motivated guy. So if you're working on something, it's because you believe there's truth to it. You were called a ball hog. You didn't like it. Maybe you looked at yourself and said, yeah, I got to hook my teammates up more or whatever, trust my teammates more. So then you point to the assist totals to prove that you did. Then you said, now I'm being told I didn't shoot it well enough. I'm going to work on my shooting all summer. Good. We're not making it up to nitpick you. You didn't shoot it well enough. You shot a very low percentage from three. If Russell Westbrook shot 35% from three, they'd advance. So what is he really saying? Look, we hold Westbrook to a very high standard because we see the talent. He has not won a single playoff series since KD left, and he's never won a championship. Is he saying, yo, to my critics, I play well enough, it's my teammates that aren't good enough? That's not true. Westbrook's had a lot of good teammates. Is he saying it's my coaching that's not good enough? Billy Donovan got there, they became the best defensive team in basketball. I don't think he's throwing his teammates or Billy Donovan under the bus. So what is he really saying? What we're saying, Russ, is we think so highly of you. We think you should be able to lead a team deep into the playoffs as the best player on the team. You've been unable to do it. So then we start looking for reasons why. And I'm not one to say you're a bad leader or something like that. I'm looking at your shooting and going, he ain't shooting it well enough, period. So when he then says, Stephen A., I'm going to go work on my shooting, he has to be acknowledging that it's true that his shooting isn't good enough. So what's he upset about?
I'll tell you what he's upset about. He's upset about the fact that he doesn't get to control what we think and how we feel. Russell Westbrook wants us to shut the hell up and appreciate the greatness of his talent. What he doesn't want to do, and he doesn't realize this, but what he doesn't want us to do is measure him against the other great talents in the NBA. And that's what most of these players are missing. Let me be very, very clear. Russell Westbrook is not only just a phenomenally great talent, he's a good man. And what I mean by that is never get into any trouble off the court, bust his tail, never cheats us with effort, gives effort 100% of the time. I've communicated with his parents on several occasions throughout the years. Tremendously great people that love their son dearly, dearly. His wife, his kids, all of that stuff. And Paul George said it best. He's as real as it gets. There's not a phony bone in Russell Westbrook's body. He is 100% authentic about who he is and how he feels. So in that regard, he does not deserve to be excoriated. There doesn't need to be a character issue question about Russell Westbrook because that is unfair. But what he's missing is that it's perfectly within line to say, look, bro, you ain't winning, but Steph Curry is. You ain't winning, but Kyrie's got a championship. You're not winning, but Chris Paul, even though he's devoid of a championship, no one's ever questioned his floor generalship and his leadership. We do have a right to do that. We're looking at you averaging triple doubles. We're hearing about you being fixated on getting your numbers. Well, You shot 29% from three-point range this year. You shot 65% from the free throw line. Now, it was 32% from threes in the postseason in the first round against Portland. It was 88% against the free throw line. But what was the problem there? You went up against Damian Lillard, and he gave it to you. And how do we know that he gave it to you? It wasn't just by hitting the game-winning shot. It wasn't just by averaging 33. But in the aftermath of winning that series, Damian Lillard, quote, let me give you what we call a raw dog comment, just real and authentic. Damian Lillard said, I'm paraphrasing here, we got different ways of going about doing things. I never disrespect my competition, my opponent. I go out there, I ball, I go home. This cat pounds his chest. He talks a lot of bleep. You understand? And that's how he gets off. That's Damian Lillard calling you out for how you came at him. So in the end, why are you going at the media? It's possible because it's a lot easier to get at the media than it is to get at Dame time.
That's a great point.
And that's what happened.
That's a great, hold on, Stephen A. That's a great point. When you are great, you are still compared to your contemporaries, to the competition. It's not just like if Westbrook wants us to just talk about his greatness in a vacuum, that's not how it exists. It's tested against the competition. And there's a hierarchy, and we're here to talk about that. There's a hierarchy which teams advance. And then we start to look at the players and why some teams advanced and why some didn't. Is Westbrook saying that Portland has, that Damian Lillard has better teammates than he does, that he has a better coach than he does?
Not going that deep.
Right. So in that case, we start looking at Westbrook and saying, no,
he's basically
it's
saying,
that Lillard is better than you.
No, he's basically saying, who are we to question him? And our response should be, we cover the sport. Our coverage of the sport is what enabled you to get $205 million. So guess what? We're sitting here and we're chronicling what you do. Nothing personal.
It seems
That's
to me
what we have to do.